Before an interview, you're getting applauded. See? No pressure.
My first reaction after watching is like, I have to go home and ask my parents what's on their wish list.
I'm done. The film's done it. From what you just said with your opening line, I can't ask for anything more than that. We're flying. Z5. You're set.
What was his reaction to you?
I don't think it was anything much. Everybody said, he might be intimidated, so be careful and, try and make it casual film. So I said, okay, I'll have to handle this guy. He walked in, he was totally cool.
There's a difference with movies coming on OTT. You get the reaction later or maybe online.
No, you get it actually within minutes. Within the first hour. So if it drops at midnight, by 1 o'clock,
Do you follow the economics of movie making too?
Of course you have to. I'm not too fond of the fact that today a lot of the film industry and media houses have made it into a business to report the
numbers.
Yeah, there's always this tension between filmmakers and actors and a film critic. And that's just the nature of the beast. One, partly because maybe at times you'll say stuff that we already know but we don't want to admit. When an actor sees a film, you know whether it's good or not. You don't want to be told because it's kind of rubbing salt in the wound, right?
My first reaction after watching is like, I have to go home and ask my parents what's on their wish list. Like, what's on their bucket list.
That's so wonderful. Thank you. Wow, okay. I must tell Madhumita that. She'll be happy.
What's on your wish list?
There's a lot. But I'm not going to tell you, but there's a lot.
But tell me one.
No.
No.
I feel if I talk about it, then it doesn't happen.
Oh, okay. When you got the brief for this movie, what was the first impression that you had of the film?
I just loved the way Madhumita had written the film and the way she wanted to tell the story. More than just the subject matter, I loved her approach for it. And she made it very human. And I love the fact that she was actually going to end up saying some very profound things that stay with you much after the film is over, but say it in such a casual manner. And the conduit of all of this is a 10-year-old kid. I found that very interesting.
You have great chemistry with all your co-stars, but when it's a child actor, I feel it brings out a child in you. Do you feel that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they do, right? I mean, just by their countenance alone, they kind of make you very carefree because they're so innocent, and they're not inhibited at all. So I think that does bring out a lot of the child in you. Yeah.
So how was it with him?
Daivik is an old soul. He's an old soul. He's very sweet, but he's an old soul. Immensely well prepared. He's a wonderful actor. He's got a very bright future ahead of him. And a lot of that has got to do with the fact that he comes from a very renowned theatre troupe in Bhopal, where we shot the film. And his confidence is something else. The one thing when we first started, working on the film, Madhumita was saying, when we were casting, she said, I need a kid who's just has to be the character. And the character is he's very confident to the point of being overconfident. He's very chalu. So, how do you cast a kid like that? And in walked Daivik, and we were like, before he could say anything, we were like, this is the guy.
Did he go through auditions and stuff like that?
Yeah, he did. But the minute you just knew he had that X factor in him. He's just brilliant.
What was his reaction to you?
I don't think it was anything much. Everybody said, he might be intimidated, so be careful and, try and make it casual film. So I said, okay, I'll have to handle this guy. He walked in, he was totally cool.
Did that take you by surprise?
No. Why would it take it by surprise? I was very happy that I don't need to handle this kid, because you always think with kids you have to, behave in a particular way. I'll have to handle. He's the normal co-star. Let's go.
Do you feel that growing up too fast, lose the innocence that way?
No, I'm not saying he's mature.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's grown up too fast. I'm just saying that he was very well prepared and he embodied all the qualities that the character needed. He's not precocious at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
When you approach something with, with concerns with mental health and things like that, I'm assuming it's dementia or Alzheimer's, one of the two. Like, I forget things and I keep telling my friends, I think I'm going to get early onset because I forget the most random things. Do you tend to forget things? Do you ever worry about those things?
No. And thankfully, we have a wonderful team that surrounds you, so you make sure everything is taken care of. But no, I've never thought of it like that. No.
What do you want people to see with this film? Like, according to you, how would it be successful? If people talk about the film, people talk about you, people talk about the kid, people talk about what according to you, would be...
It's always the film. It can't be about me or the kid. It has to be about the film. No one aspect of the film is larger than the entire film. I just hope they enjoy it. They have a smile on their face at the end of it. I'm already happy. I'm going to go tell Nikhil and Madhumita that I'm done. The film's done it. From what you just said with your opening line, I can't ask for anything more than that. You've made my day. That, I was there, you watched the film, I want to go home and ask my parents, hey, I've never asked you, you've done so much for me, what can I do for you? What's on your bucket list? We're flying, Z5, you're set, we're done.
There's a difference with movies coming on OTT, you get the reaction later or maybe online.
No, you get it actually within minutes.
Within minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot faster, and it's completely, it's the opposite actually. When your film's released in a movie theater, it takes a good week, 10 days to be able to declare it successful or not. When they come on streaming sites, within the first hour. So if it drops at midnight, by 1 o'clock,
What are you expecting people to say about this?
I'm expecting people to like the film. If I didn't expect that, then why have I made the film, right? You want them to like it. I want them to say what you said to me. Genuinely.
Do you follow the economics of movie making too?
Of course you have to.
Okay.
I think it's very important. I think it's important for people within the film industry too. I don't agree that it's important for people outside the film industry too. When I go to a movie, I'm not going to see a hit film or a flop film. Isme 100 crore ki hai, 200 crore ki hai. I go to see a good film or a bad film. And that's where that's all the audience should be thinking of. I'm not too fond of the fact that today a lot of the film industry and media houses have made it into a business to report the
numbers.
Yeah, that can't be the discussion. The discussion has to be around, did you enjoy the film or not? I've seen, for example, say Amar Akbar Anthony. I don't know how many times I've seen it. I don't know the collections of the film. I just know that it's a very entertaining, fun film. That's the way films should be for the audience. But as an actor or as somebody as part of the film industry, it's very important to be cognizant of the economics, because it is a commercial art, right? You're selling a ticket. When you sell a ticket and somebody purchases that ticket, you owe them. You owe them their money's worth. So you have to be aware of that.
People should only think about whether the movie is good or bad, nothing beyond that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I hate doing movie reviews. It's like if I do a movie review, then I can't enjoy the movie like this thing. I have to think logically, critically.
I actually, first time I realized this was many years ago. I was watching a movie and I was sitting next to Miss Anupama Chopra. And after every 2 minutes, suddenly she had this one very cute little lamp, like a portable lamp that she'd snapped onto her notebook. And after every 2-3 minutes, she'd put it on and she'd write something down. And I finally turned to her, I said, when do you get to enjoy the movie? She said, exactly. There's always this tension between filmmakers and actors and a film critic. And that's just the nature of the beast. One, partly because maybe at times you'll say stuff that we already know, but we don't want to admit. When an actor sees a film, you know whether it's good or not. You don't want to be told, because it's kind of rubbing salt in the wound, right? But then if you get somebody who really doesn't know what they're talking about in their writing, that upsets you because you've put in a lot of hard work. You can't be so disparaging if you're not qualified to say what you're saying. But at the end of the day, you want to go to a movie, and a movie is an emotion. If you're going there and you're a film critic, how's the film? It's very nice. How's the film? It's terrible. But why? What do you mean why? It's just, you finish a film, that's how you feel. No, but your editor say, no, you need to tell me why. And that's where the whole experience goes for you, because you're writing down from everything, you have to log everything. So I empathize with you all, the fun of watching a movie is just out of the window.
That's why I guess you all do the review. Let me just watch the movie as an audience. It's more fun that
Absolutely.
way. I mean, you've done comedies before. I mean, Houseful just happened and everything. I think you have great comic sense, but I think it's not being brought on screen that much.
Okay. I haven't done a comedy in over 10 years.
Yeah. So why is that? Why aren't you exploring comedy?
A phase of life, what your frame of mind is at that point of time. I had shot Kaalidhar, I Want to Talk and Be Happy back to back. And they're emotionally very draining films. And at that point I was like, you know what? I told my manager, I'm like, I want to have some fun. I want to relax. I want to laugh. I want to do a happy film. And Houseful happened. So it just depends on what frame of mind you're in. I've done a fair share of comedies. Be it Happy New Year, be it Bol Bachchan, Houseful 3, and then the other films which have been comic in its own way. Some of them have been dark humor, some of them have been very dry. I enjoy it, but like I said, it just depends what you feel like doing at that point of time.
Where do you feel you enjoy more as an actor? In which genre? But it changes.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mood, right? Yeah.
Do you want to explore other aspects of filmmaking and venture beyond acting? And has that thought ever come?
Well, I've produced. I don't think I'm a very good producer.
I think producing is a very thankless job. I feel sometimes.
No, it is. But I enjoy the pre-production. I don't like I don't really enjoy it that much. The other departments, I don't think I'm qualified for or have the temperament for.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Subscribe to MidDay India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.